Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. It's fusion time. I've done a video yesterday just kind of saying it was coming, but I kind of like a couple of things they're doing here. So, firstly, they've changed the portal just to have this little graphic. Kind of cool, just lets people know that there's a fusion going on. I remember when I was talking to Saffron Man on one of his podcasts, and he was like, I'm new to the game. Oh, no, sorry. He was talking about when Sonic came out as a fusion. And he was like, I didn't even know there was a fusion going on. I was new to the game. I didn't know to look for it. I wasn't following YouTubers. And nothing kind of made him aware. Well, now there's a red dot here. There's a face here. You click in, kind of red dot appears. And then we've got this new fusion. So I'll come to that in a second. I just want to see. We haven't got a post out yet. Normally there's a news post that goes with it that kind of gives you all the timelines alongside this stuff. So hopefully we'll get that whilst I'm kind of going through the stuff. Anyway, the main thing that I wanted to talk about here is, like, has everybody lost their minds? I feel like they've lost their minds. I'm not going to talk about this guy yet. Let's talk about the champions that are made up of this fusion. There's a few that I'm going to call out. Really great rare Haruspecs. Insane rare Soul Bond. Literally can be used in end game teams. Insane rare. Who else do I want to call out? Ragemonger. Very good rare. Frozen Banshee. End game rare. This guy I've not really had much to do with, but I think he's fairly decent as well. And then Bulwark. Really solid rare. So before we even get on to the next level of champions, all of these champions here are really solid. A lot of these champions are solid, and I guess we're going to have chances to win them through competitions and stuff going on. We'll see that in a minute. Next thing then, Fang Cleric in the everyone here's in the game already. Tick, thank you. They're all in the game. If we've been collecting champions over time, like a lot of us would have done, then there's a chance we're going to have a load of these. You can see I've got every champion except this guy, Duelist Ranger, that's needed for this fusion already. I've already got them somewhere in my vault or whatever. So Fang Cleric is pretty decent, I think. Let's have a look at these on the actual index. Fang Cleric, Catacomb Counselor, Seneschal, and Umbral. Wrong bit. So Fang Cleric must be a Dark Elf. Yeah. Fang Cleric, one of the relatively new epics that came out, has got an A1 75% chance to transfer a debuff from him to someone else. Kind of interesting. He's got a Veil on his A2, which means he's going to reduce damage. So heals an ally by 20%. Also fills the target's turn meter by 30 if they are fully healed by this skill. And puts a Veil on them if they're not fully healed. So the Veil reduces the damage they're going to take by 7.5%. So I think it's just a normal Veil. It's an okay ability. Revives a dead ally on his A3 and fills their turn meter. Good for faction wars. And then a speed in all battles. So good base stats. Decent champion. But not one that I would build up for anything in particular. I wonder what his scores are like. Yeah, pretty mediocre. And I think that's fair. Pretty mediocre champion. So yeah, we're happy to get rid of this guy for a fusion. Second one then is Umbral. Now I'm a big fan of Umbral. She's actually really good epic. Game changer in your faction war team. Very good in the arena. Very good at controlling waves in dungeons. So she is really cool. I really like her in Ice Golem. She's got A1, which increases as the damage increases as her HP decreases, which syncs up really nicely with this one here, her A3. She provokes everybody and becomes unkillable. So she's taking tons of hits. Her health basically drops to 1 HP, and then she's slamming people with her A1. So pretty nice. And an A2 as well, which puts a block buffs on everyone, which is so solid in the arena. Put block buffs on everyone for 3 turns. It just nullifies tons of champions in the arena. So 100% chance if you book her out. Now, if you do not want to go for the fusion, I would say if you don't have an Umbral, get yourself an Umbral. She's really good. She's really good. So she is somebody that I would say is worth investing time in and potentially makes me wonder what's better, the epics or the legendary here. So the second epic then, let me just make sure I'm getting these right. Yeah, I'm going to do this one next. Seneschal, who I think is a Banner Lord. Gone in the wrong place again. I think he's a Banner Lord. Yeah. So Seneschal is, it's got a leech on this A1, and I have been converted to leech over lifesteal. He could do this job for you, but some people have come back to me and said that 40% even booked is just not consistent enough. So it does have ally protect, sorry, not ally protect, but puts perfect veil on somebody and continuous heal on his A2, which is okay, and a personal counter attack and provoke on his A3. This champion, I'd say, is mid-tier. Mid-tier, nothing better than that. So for me, I'm happy to use him up as a fusion. But the fourth champion, Catacomb Counselor, is really good. If you do not have a counter-attack champion and you don't have an ally attack champion already, I would suggest getting this guy. Maybe better than the fusion. He is really solid. He's got this ally attack ability on his A3, joins up with 3 different people, and they join in the attack. Brilliant for the arena. I'm going to be putting out a video tomorrow on arena strategies. One of them is ally attack strategy. He is a really useful part of that. I used him in Clan Boss when I took on Stu Gaming with just epics. He increased my damage by about 5 million versus having a defensive-based champion in there. He's actually very, very solid. So if you're thinking, I don't have the resources to get the actual legendary champion, Umbral, Catacomb Counselor are both really worth your time. And as I said already, there's a bunch of rares in there as well, which are worth your time. So I would say this is somebody you want. This is someone you want. She's good. He's good. I've already gone through it. You've seen them. So they're all solid. But let's get on to the actual legendary champion. Let's just see what's already kind of being dropped. I have seen already this one come out, so you can see the kind of main event, but we can see here you can earn some of these other champions along the way as well. The good thing here, we've been in a position where they keep throwing out, 25,000, 30,000 points to get these champs. They've put it down to 225. It's better. It's better. It's still tough. It's still a tough ask in 3 weeks normally? After 2 weeks. It's a shorter time frame actually. It's still a tough ask. 20,000 points on these events is hard. This is normally the toughest one out of the lot. Let's hope you've already got this one because he's going to be the hardest one to get and to level up. But it feels like they're trying to be a bit more realistic with the fusion. Can't see these ones yet. We know that summon rushes are going to be tough. Normally there's a bunch of other events that drop at the same time. We haven't got it out yet. I'm just going to reset the game and see if we can get it, see if it's updated. Yep, here we go. So they've brought it out here. Just need to reboot the game. So it's going to be 2 weeks as we know about the champions already. How do we get them then? So we've got the champion training event already out there, already seen it. Feels tough, but okay, kind of doable. The other ones though, one's in champion training, one's in dragon tournament, one's in an artifact event. They're normally quite easy. And a dungeon divers is normally quite easy as well. So feels like if you can't achieve this champion training, then getting it through the rares should be doable. I guess for everyone, just pinpoint the rares and stuff that you need, or the epics that you need. Hopefully you don't need all of these because they're all in the game already. Champion training, spider tournament sometimes can be tricky to get, but that looks like the way they've done it on these tournaments. It's not like the top prize, it's the second prize, looking at the dragon one, so 2,000 points. So it depends where you are in the game, but that feels pretty reasonable. Where was up to? Seneschal, yeah. So champion training, spider, artifact, summon rush. This could be a paywall potentially, but we do have in the same event Umbral, so that's going to be the harder paywall. So it might be that the Painsmith's pretty achievable. This one's going to be dependent on whether you've got enough shards. So if you haven't, then you need to start looking at these other ones. But Arena, Dungeon Divers, Fire Knight, Champion Training, again, all feel pretty reasonable. Yeah, so I mean, it feels like they've done this pretty well. I'd say feels like they're all kind of open around when the stuff is. Make sure that you plan your time so that you double dip on some of the events. So when you see something like a Dungeon Divers here, 13th to the 22nd, that's tomorrow through to the end of the event actually. Make sure that you're doubling up things like the Ice Golem, things like the Fire Knights, so that they get you points within the same event. So you get your Dungeon Divers and you get your tournament points at the same time. You know, make sure you're doing your champion training on these champions. So as soon as you get one, start throwing them into your champion training regime, so that you're leveling them up at the same time that you are gaining points towards the champion training event. Yeah, all in all, feels pretty achievable, guys. Let's get into looking at this legendary. Other thing I just realised, you can do this. It's quite cool. Just click straight into it. So let's get into this champion then. Gurtuk Mossbeard. Another silly name for me to try and pronounce. Gurtuk. I'm going to call him Mossbeard. So that's the easy part. What do we think then, guys? What do we think of this guy? A few people have said, I think the face is on his back from that picture I'd seen. They're totally right. Yeah, pretty nice design, actually. I really like it. Really like it. A lot of thought gone into it. Very unique. Cool staff as well. Funky beards. Funky braids. So, what's his... Oh, this is not his actual stats. I don't know why they don't just add the proper stats in that page as well, so people get a feel for what he's like. Force affinity. Orgrin tribes actually do need a bit of love for faction wars, like high-end game. So for me, that might be a bit of a plus for me to try and go for him. Let's see what his base stats are then. Bang on 100 speed. Anything, you know, around 100 is solid, so that's good. Good base defense. Good base HP. So all of that there as base stats works for us. We're pretty happy with that. Some of this stuff was leaked already. Let's just go through it. Try and understand what it actually means. So we've got an attack 2 times on his A1. Places a continuous heal for 1 turn on all allies under poison debuffs. So anyone who's got a poison on them is going to get a continuous heal. It looks like it's going to be just one. I was wondering for a second, is it 1 per poison debuff? It looks like just 1 continuous heal. That's fine. And the multipliers here are just all about damage. I'm being told that he might do a chunk of damage, so that's interesting to know. We shall see. A2 then removes all debuffs from an ally, just 1, then heals them by 30% of their max HP and places a shield equal to 20% of their max HP for 2 turns. This feels pretty useful for spiders. Really nice cleanse for the clan boss, actually, on a 3-turn cooldown. You can actually book it down to 2-turn cooldown. 2-turn cooldown throws it out of sync for clan boss, but makes it really strong for spider, for somebody that's taken that poison damage from the spiderlings. That's quite nice as a support. Book it up is all about healing and stuff. I wonder if you don't even need it booked, really. But that's quite nice. Quite nice. A3 then, this is the interesting part. So, places 3 poisons on all allies for 3 turns. It's the big version of poison. These cannot be resisted or blocked. Also has an 80%, which books up to 100, chance of placing a block buffs debuff on all enemies for 2 turns. 100% chance to put block buffs for 2 turns on all enemies at the same time as putting the poisons on you. And as we read beforehand, if anyone's got a poison on them, they get a heal. So he's kind of countering the damage with a heal. I wonder which one of those works first. Don't know. Interesting though. And then he's got this passive then that allies under poison inflicts 7.5% more damage for each debuff on them, each poison debuff on them, stacking up to a maximum of 30%. This damage increase applies to all of their skills. That's juicy. That's a lot more damage, guys. That is a ton of damage. So just on his normal, placing 3 here for 3 turns, and it's on a 4-turn cooldown, you book it down to 3, he can be doing, he'll be giving you 22.5% more damage. So if you think about a Royal Guard, I've got Royal Guards that hit for 2 million right now. 2 million, so I'm going to get another, what is that, 20%, 400,000. So it's a chunky amount more damage. That's a lot more damage that you're going to be pushing out. I mean, if you think about a damage build arena team, does he get the chance to do it? It's the question. if he gets the chance to do it in the arena, all of a sudden he's blocking buffs from the enemy. So let's say you build him to go first. He blocks all buffs on the enemy. He increases all of your damage by 22.5%. It's pretty juicy. I like it. I like it as a mechanic. It's kind of weird, but I like it. It's then got increased resistance in all battles by 50, which is a bit of a nothing aura. Not bad for the arena sometimes. There's better out there. I don't know, guys. What do you think of this guy? Good for spiders. Could be good for clan boss to push some damage up. Don't really want block buffs on clan boss, but you know, you actually could build 0 accuracy on him, so he doesn't land that, and he just gives you a damage boost. Continuous heal. I actually really like this kit. I definitely want to try him out. Feels like he's quite unique. Bit like the if you think about a Bad L passive. Bad L's passive. Where are you, Bad L? Where are you? Where are you? Where is he? Undead. Bad L's passive. You do 15% more damage when the opponents have got poison. This is almost a reverse of that, and this is useful to have, you know. So this is an interesting one. Some good epics in here, some good rares in here, and the fusion I definitely want to get. I'm going to try and get him as quickly as I can. Push out a video on him to show you guys what he's like in action, to make sure that you're not wasting your resources, because some of these are really, really nice to have. Leave me a comment below. What do you think on this guy? Where do you think he could be used? Are you like super keen to get him? For me, it feels like actually job well done. I'm pleased they've used champions that are already in the game. I'm pleased he looks super interesting, and you know, he's got some abilities that are quite cool. And I'm also pleased that they've put some good other champions in here, which if people don't have the resources to go full whack for the fusion legendary, at least they can get themselves some good progression champions out of the other stuff that are going to drop. Anyway, I've been Hell Hades. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll catch you all soon.